Hey guys, before I get into what I want to talk about today in this video, I just want to say I'm going to be back making more videos now, and I've got like 12 to 15 topics that I want to cover and talk about. And I took a little break. I took about a couple months off just because I was really busy with poker and studying and just lots of things going on these last couple months. So now I'm going to be coming back. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a video every single week, but I'm going to be making a lot more consistent videos, probably at least one every couple of weeks, I would expect. I've got like 10 to 15 topics that I really want to cover and talk about. But in this video, I want to quickly, it'll be a quick video, I want to quickly talk about the small steps that really get you somewhere. So this last Tuesday, I had an improv show, and it was a show that I was performing in at the Bad Dog Theater. And so it's like, I don't perform the whole show, obviously, but I perform in part of the show. So like our teacher just says 2 people up. So me and some person come up. I only did 2 scenes in the show. It's like a 1-hour show. And you go up for 5 minutes, and you go on the stage for 5 minutes. Let's say it was me and a guy named Nick. And we go on the stage for 5 minutes, and all they tell us is like, you guys have to be brothers, and that's it. Like you have to be brothers, and then like you just have to figure out something that's funny, because there's about like 50 or 60 people in the audience that are expecting to laugh, and you're up there for 5 minutes and you have no script. It's just like, you're like, okay, you're brothers with this guy, like figure out something that's kind of funny and go with it. And like a short 2 years ago, if I was asked to do something like that, I'd probably have a heart attack on stage. So what happened like over that time, and like it's almost like you surprise yourself. 2 years ago, I'd be like, I would never be able to do that. There's no way, it's impossible. I would literally say it was impossible, that I would never be able to do something like that. And while you're in the moment and actually doing it, while you're actually up there, and you're actually putting on a show for people and getting laughs and like just making things up, like out of your mind, like just randomly, like at the end of it, you're just like, how did that happen? Like how did that come out funny? Like how are people laughing? Like how was I doing that in front of so many people? And so the point of the little video is that we don't really know what we're capable of until we actually step super outside of our comfort zones and actually start doing things. And a lot of times we may tell ourselves like we're shy people, or we're introverted people, or we're not the kind of person that does that, or we'll label ourselves all these things, and which is something I would have done a few years ago. And it's just simply wrong. It's just that you've been, not doing it. You've been avoiding it in your life. So that's why you kind of like almost self-identify with that kind of thing. And I want to challenge that way of that belief system there, where if anything, if at any point you tell yourself like you can't do something, within reason, that is. I mean, like if you're like have aspirations of becoming a basketball player, and you're like 5'6" and you suck at basketball, it's not going to happen, But there's a lot of things in life that you can actually work on and improve. That some people don't have the belief that they actually can do that, and I'm living proof that it's very possible to do that. And it's going to take a while, and it's hard. Like it's really, really hard. Like at first, it's really tough to like muster up the courage to actually attack things that you're afraid of, or attack things that you don't really want to do. Like all your feelings are telling you, no, don't do this. Like your entire body is saying, don't do this. When I first started taking improv and Toastmasters, that was my experience. And I always mention these things like improv and Toastmasters because they're so life-changing. Like it's incredible how life-changing they are. And you can't know until you actually do it. But then if you do it just a few times, It's not going to be life-changing. All it's going to be is a terrifying experience. You're going to be so scared when you go in there because you're put on the spot. There's so much pressure. Like you just kind of go up on a stage or in a classroom even if you're not doing a show, right? The shows come like after you have like a year of experience or more. Then you start taking some classes where you guys do some shows and things like that. But even when you're in the classroom, like with people like 10 or 15 people, and you know it's your turn and you got to do something to kind of, I guess, be funny in a certain way, it's not easy to do that. Like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. Like I have to be funny, or I have to do this the right way, or you know, like we make it so tough on ourselves in our mind because we think that other people are going to be judging us. But the real truth is that other people are too busy inside their own minds worrying about if they're going to be judged. They don't care about you. They honestly just do not care about you. Like that's one thing that I've learned, you know, throughout the last couple of years is that people don't care. They literally just do not care. Like when I'm in improv class, and let's say like I'm doing a scene, nobody really cares. Like they literally just do not care. You know, like they're all in their own minds, like thinking like, oh shit, like what am I gonna look like up there? So everyone's in their own minds and everyone is afraid to be judged. And if you can understand that and realize that it's a natural feeling and that it's okay to feel that way, but actually do it anyways. And even at first, like you're gonna be terrified. Like it doesn't matter, right? You're gonna do it anyways. Now the point of this video is not to, I'm not trying to tell you to take an improv class or take public speaking classes or anything like that. It could be something totally different for you. It could be something that you've been putting off for a while that you kind of want to do, but you're kind of afraid to be judged, or you're afraid that, you know, other people might not think it's okay or whatever. Like for example, like another example would be like singing karaoke. That's one of my favorite things to do ever. Like I love singing karaoke. And I know a lot of people that they won't want to sing karaoke because they're afraid to be judged, or they might not want to sing the songs that they had in mind because they think, oh, maybe like people might not like this song, like this and that. Like it just doesn't matter. Like if you actually want to do something, whether you're afraid or uncomfortable to do it, you should do it anyways. But that's way easier said than done, because at first, like I said, I was like it's like the toughest thing to really build that courage inside yourself to actually follow through with it. Like you have to really have strong discipline to really follow through with something like this, because it's not easy, okay? I don't want to undersell it like it's like the easiest. It is not easy at all. It is extremely difficult. Like every bone in your body will tell you, I don't want to do this thing that I'm scared of. Every single bone in your body, trust me. Like I'm not here to sugarcoat it and be like, oh yeah, just do it, man. It's going to be wonderful. It'll be wonderful after months, you know, after months of doing it and you get used to it, but you're still going to have that nervous feeling. Like when I do a show or I'm in an improv class and I'm about to do a scene, I still have the nerves inside me. It's not like, you know, I go up there and I'm like, oh, like the most confident person in the world and like nothing phases me kind of thing, right? That's not how it works. Like the nerves still stay in you, but you learn to kind of channel that into excitement as opposed to anxiety. So you feel like you're excited as opposed to being anxious. So you kind of move forward and step into the feeling instead of resisting the feeling, and that in itself makes a huge difference. But yeah, I'm here to challenge anybody that watches this video. If you're thinking about doing something or might be considering doing something, but you're not sure, and the only thing holding you back is either fear or some kind of fear, like a fear of being judged or a fear of just doing it, any fear at all, then I think that it's so important for your evolution as a human and your self-development journey and your personal growth process to actually do those things that really scare you. And just take one step at a time. Just literally one step at a time. Like don't go crazy and throw yourself off the deep end. Like you're like, all right, I'm afraid of public speaking, so I'm gonna sign up for like a seminar where I get to speak for like 30 minutes. Don't take it that far immediately. You'll get to that point. But you want to start with, or if you're like, it could be like a YouTube channel. Let's say for example, you're a little bit afraid to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you're scared that you might be judged. Maybe you're scared that your channel might not get any views and it might hurt your self-esteem. Maybe you're not good on camera. Like, I don't know, like it takes a lot of practice to do all these things. And once you get accustomed to it, that's when you're gonna start building more self-confidence as you do these things that you're scared of. And I promise you, like, not next week, not next month, like you won't be thanking me. You'll probably be like cursing at me the next like couple weeks or even couple months or 3, 4, 5 months. But in a year or two, if some of you guys actually do this, you're gonna be thanking me. I promise you that. I promise you that. And you know what? 98% of people that are watching this video, they might feel a little bit inspired, but they're probably not gonna do anything. You know, 20 minutes is gonna go by and you're probably just gonna be like on the couch watching Netflix, just forget about my fears, avoid my fears. Let me just forget about it, right? 20 minutes will go by and you'll be right back to normal, even though you might be a little bit inspired now. But there's that 1 to 2% of people that might be listening here and they might be like, you know what? This is the time for me to actually make a change in my life and actually attack those things that I've been avoiding and I've been scared of. This is actually the time to make a first commitment. Maybe you want to, as soon as the video is done, maybe you want to pause it and sign up for a class that you've been wanting to take, like whatever it may be. Maybe it's a cooking class, like maybe it's an improv class. Maybe it's a class where you're doing public speaking. Maybe it's a dance class that you've been wanting to take. Maybe you want to, you know, go to a karaoke or something and sing. Whatever it may be, you should really do it now while you're feeling inspired and like you really want to make a decision in this moment so that you can't go back on, okay? Because eventually, like if you overthink it, like you might make a decision now, like, okay, I want to do that thing, right? You might say, I want to do that thing. And then what's going to happen is you're going to start overthinking it. You're going to be like, oh shit, you know what? I was feeling all confident and ready to do it when Jack was making this video, but now I don't feel so confident anymore. Now I'm like scared now. I'm terrified. I'm telling you that you're gonna be scared and terrified no matter what. Like you might not be in this moment right now while I'm talking about it. You might have like a little nervous feeling. Maybe you're inspired, but you're gonna be terrified, okay? Just be prepared for it, expect it, but do it anyways. I would love to hear someone in the comments actually make a commitment and tell me like, Jack, you know what? I'm gonna do this, this, and that, or I'm gonna do this. Doesn't matter what it is. I wanna hear it. It could be the smallest thing. It could be the smallest thing. You know, it could be something as small as like, you know, this person pissed me off like 6 months ago, and you know what? I'm gonna apologize to them, or I'm gonna tell them I'm sorry. That it could be anything, right? Like maybe you accept their apology. Maybe they apologize to you, and then you're like, okay, I can accept their apology now. I'll let it go. Like let something go. Anything. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be big. Like I said, I want you guys to make at least one small move of progression and evolution in your life. Just one, at least just one. And tell me about it because I'm so curious to hear. And tell me if you're having a challenge doing it too. Like for example, like if you committed to doing something and then you did it a couple times and you're having like a big challenge with it, or any kind of issues you might be having with it, then let me know. I could probably help you. So yeah, I'm curious to see if anybody's actually going to do this because I really hope you do. You know, to be honest, I really hope you do, and I hope this finds the right person or the right people. I'm hoping to see at least, 5 people in the comments be like, Jack, you know what? I did this, this, and that. And let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it. And I'm glad to be back on YouTube, to be honest. Like I've been missing making videos. I've been missing the comments from you guys. And people have been Skyping me and telling me, like, all this last couple of months, I've had at least 15 people Skyping me like, Jack, when are you coming out with some more videos? So here's one, and be on the lookout for more. I would guesstimate maybe like 2 or 3 videos a month, let's call it. And I'll try to do my best, and I'm gonna try to keep the quality as high as possible. That's why I don't wanna do 2 videos per week or something. I wanna make sure the quality of these videos are really high. So yeah, let me know anything you guys do in the comments below. Take care.